So today is day 22. I was so excited about today on yesterday that I misquoted. I was like, "Welcome to day 22," and yesterday was day 21. Today is day 22, and I just want to shout out one of my best friends since childhood, Coochie. Happy birthday, Coochie girl! Y'all see her? I love you, Coochie. Like the person that y'all see today God was strategically divine. God sent her into my life at 4 years old, and I can't remember them, but I was having a bad day today, and I was mad, I was crying, and she was like, "Why you keep crying?" Kept laughing. I was looking at her strange. It was like she never missed the opportunity to just laugh. I mean, tears, just laugh, 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 laugh. And I was like, I never forget. I looked at my mama and I said, I want to play with her again. But of course, her grandma made her go home. And then she allowed her to come back over and over again. And so we were friends for like over 40 years until she passed. And so today I did everything. This is the end of the day. And I was like, I got to shout it out before midnight because it won't be her birthday. And I did everything. I had my therapist today. I went to work, did a lot of different things. And I was like, I was just on the phone with my beloved brother. Y'all know. And I was like, let me call you back. And that's something I really don't do because I really cherish the time that we spend. But I had to shout out Coochie, Tandrea Beatty. My girl, I had to shout her out because little do y'all know her how y'all know her. But I know her. She's basically, God sent her to help save my happiness. I was going through a lot of hell, inside and out. And she taught me how to just laugh through anything. And so I just want to celebrate her on today. Another story that I have about her, I never forget. Her and rest in peace, Keisha as well, Keisha Bradley. The two of them, I remember second grade. I was in the class across the hall from them. And they would always go to the bathroom and come look in the class and be like, ah, yeah. And I look up and they start laughing. We laugh. And my teacher, she used to always say, Miss Frierson, do you need to go out and stay in the hallway? I'm like, no. But anywho, I share that to say they taught me how to laugh. And Coochie always be like, so I really confided in Coochie all the time about all my hurt and my pain. And she'd be like, girl, it ain't that serious. She always told me that. And you know what? Not one time did I ever get mad at her. I just be like, but it is. And I would always confide in her and tell her how I'm feeling. And I was always real angry. And it's like I said, God sent her to bring happiness, to find joy, to find the joke and all the things I took so serious. And in confessing, I wanted to kill people. Like I really wanted to kill you. You do one wrong thing to me, off with your head. And I never forget, Coochie said, let me ask you something, and this is what she used to say to me all the time. She always have to ask me something. I said, girl, what? You know, because I'm irritated. I know she going to be happy. She was like, look, it don't matter why is it that somebody can step on your toe? You say you're going to kill them. You're going to kill everybody. Ain't nobody going to be left in the world but me and you. Could you just kill everybody? And I just thank God for her. And for our encounters and for giving me a good friend that loved me. How she loved me and helped me find my happiness, because if it was anybody else, I'd probably be a serial killer to think about it. Seriously. If she was here, she could vouch. She could tell you. I promise. And I just felt so comfortable to talk to her. I love me some Coochie. Like Tandrea, for y'all that don't know. But anyway, I loved her. It's because she helped keep me balanced. And you don't really think about it until the person is gone. But I loved her for that. And I loved that she was just always, she went through stuff too. But she found happiness. She found joy in her pain. She didn't let it get her down. And she was always like, just crying, laughing. And like I said, I couldn't go to sleep tonight. Couldn't continue talking to my brother without sharing that about her. Because so many people see people how they want to see people, but you don't know what you don't know. So people, because I went to college, I only had one child, you didn't see the stuff that I done. Or hear me tell you, I wasn't comfortable enough to tell you that I was basically a serial killer. You thought I was good because I was such daughter or whatever. But the best thing about me was her, especially starting at 4 years old. Seriously, I met her when I was having a tantrum. I was going through it, and she said, "What you crying?" And she just stared at me, and then she just bust out laughing, and then it made me laugh. And then I didn't want her to leave, but of course her grandma was not playing about her. My dear, she was like, "Cuckoo," and she made her come home. I was like, "Please," I hadn't experienced that much happiness until I met her. And like I said, and for those of you who think you know me and know her, you don't. She she's the good person, and I won't say that I'm bad, but God sent her to help me bring me over to the light. Because my thoughts, if I knew how, if I had access like all these kids have access to all this material, this stuff now, to learn this and that, I'd probably be in prison right now for the first serial killer, kid serial killer. I don't know, but because I was just so filled with anger and unforgiveness. And like, I mean, I can laugh now, but I just really couldn't laugh. I wanted my lick back. And thank God I understand now, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So, I pray for you before I punch you nowadays. And I ain't gonna try to plan nothing against you. Yeah, you hurt my feelings. Yeah, I'm angry with you. My feelings are valid, but I'm not gonna act out on my feelings. And then I can thank God for sending me Tondria Coochie, my girl. And I don't really keep people pictures, but I love her so much. She helped me grow so much. I never forget her. I never forget her. I told myself stop crying, but it is what it is. But I never forget her. Cause I ain't never felt this much peace in my life. I never was able to find happiness. It's like God sent her to be an example, to always ask me this question. I'm like, girl, one of the questions she asked me too, she said, as we were getting older, she said, look, how are you so happy with? Let me ask you something. She always said, before she asked me these questions, I'd be like, girl, what? And I took it for granted like we was going to be around each other forever. I didn't think for 1 minute she was going to leave at 44. But anyway, she was like, let me ask you something. She said, and I was like, what? We was on the other part of the South, not JCUC, but on the other part of the South. I said, what, girl? She said, how are you okay with getting old, Ian? I said, girl, that's the inevitable. Like, we gonna get old. We gonna live. We gonna pass away. And we gonna get old, girl. We look all right, for our age. She was like, but I mean, you just okay with it. I said, girl, you should be too. I'm not. And I remember picking with her when her beautiful daughters, when her oldest had a baby. And I was like, Granny. She said, do not call me that. But anyway, Coochie, I love you. I apologize for taking you for granted. You were my saving grace. You really taught me how to find happiness in all the hell that I've seen, that I've been a part of, that was in my brain, that I was around. And I thank you for that. So yeah, on day 22, I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I love you, Coochie. Happy birthday, beautiful girl. Peace.